It's the dictionary. It's the dictionary. It's the dictionary. It's the dictionary. Dictionary. It's the dictionary. It's the dictionary.
Boo. Hello, word nerds. Welcome to another episode of The Dictionary hosted by me, Spencer. That's me. How is everybody going today? How are you going? How are your faces? How are your toes and your feet? That's all I care about. No. Okay. This is episode F185, and I guess I should probably do this again because I don't do it very often. Hey, go look in the show notes. If you want to get in contact with me, you can email me, dictionarypod@gmail.com. You can follow my semi-active social media at dictionarypod on, the various big places. Let's see, my personal is at speedjampar, and I am on more of the places, and that's more active, and you'll see more things, more stuff on that one. What else? You can leave a voicemail at the Google Voice number, which is in the show notes, 917-727-5757. You can buy some merchandise. There's a link in the show notes. You can check out Tom's music and Jonah's music. They are both music people, and they made my 2 theme songs. Most places don't have 2 theme songs. They just have the 1 theme song. But I said, no, we need 2 or more. What else? And finally, I think, Patreon. You can join the Patreon for $1 a month, which will get you very early episodes. And I just yesterday was able to quote-unquote monetize my YouTube account, because of course this is going to YouTube as well. And I don't think I can really take too much advantage of this first level. There's 2 levels of monetization, and the first level is like, you can have memberships just like Patreon. So if that's something that you'd be interested specifically on YouTube, let me know, and then I can get that set up. Also, you can do I don't really do live streams or premieres, but if I do, then people can send me money for super chats and super thanks and things like that. I don't understand it. But I mean, hey, if it's a way to make a few bucks, I'll make a few extra bucks so I can get food. All right, let's talk about the first word in this episode, which is forme, or I guess it would be foam or form. It is spelled form with an E at the end. It is a noun from the 15th century. It is British. And the synonym is the number 8 definition for the word form, which is the printing type or other matter arranged and secured in a chase ready for printing. It's a foam or form. Okay, now the sound effect today will be, and I have to do the physical action when I do that. Okay, now we have the word formed with a D at the end. Adjective from 1565. This is organized in a way characteristic of living matter. Whoa, as in mitochondria are formed bodies of the cell. They are formed bodies of the cell. So there's the cell, and then the mitochondria are pieces in the cell, and they are formed because they are organized in a way characteristic of living matter. They are made up in that way. They're formed bodies. It's not like you shaped them to be the duck shape. No, they're just formed by the living tissues stuff. I guess? Okay, sure. Now we got... Next is forme, or forme. You can emphasize either syllable. It is spelled F-O-R-M-E-E, and the first E has the acute accent that goes up on the right. Boop. This is an adjective from the 15th century. And this is talking about a heraldic cross. I wish that more definitions had more of these context pieces. I think older dictionaries did that, but this one doesn't have a lot of that. So, in a heraldic cross, a forme is having the arms narrow at the center and expanding toward the ends. And it says to see the cross illustration. And I thought in my head, I wonder if this is related to that illustration that we have checked out a few times. And we're going to go check it out another time right now. All right, here is the cross illustration. And there are 20 crosses. And one of these, let's read through the list. One of these is the forme. Here we go, number 16. Okay, so, yes, let's read the I need a visual. Words help. I can get so much out of the words, but sometimes the brain doesn't process it properly. Having the arms narrow at the center and expanding towards the end. Yep, so it's a cross, and each of the sides are very equal, and it's very small in the center, but each one flares out like a big old pair of bell bottoms. The left side, the right side, the top side, the bottom side, they go whoop like this. They have kind of that shape, like 90s bell bottoms. Do you remember those? All right, that is the forme. Why is it called forme? It is from the feminine verb former, it means to form. I don't fully understand that. Why did that shape get that name? Doesn't really make sense to me, but that's okay. I'm not French, and I'm also not from the 15th century. Maybe one of my lives was. I don't remember. Next is former. This is the first form. It's an adjective from the 12th century. Number 1A, coming before in time. It's not coming later in time, it's coming before in time. It's coming before other things. Like, I don't know if this is the right definition, but that's okay. I'm going to say it anyway. When I give a list to you of two things, would you rather eat a cake or a donkey? That's not what I meant to say. Would you rather eat a cake or a pie? Let's do that one. And then you say, the former one. The former one. That would be the first one that you said. It came before in time. But also, in this one I think is more specifically about just the earliest thing, the former thing. All right, we got more definitions though, so who knows where these examples fit in exactly. Number 1B, of relating to or occurring in the past, as in former correspondence. These are letters that people sent to each other, or maybe emails, or maybe texts and tweets, that they just did it in the past. They're done. They're dead. Not now. They happened before. Number 2, preceding in place or arrangement. It's preceding in place or arrangement. The synonym is foregoing. And the example is the former part of the chapter. Just the part that happened before the part that we're reading right now. We're in chapter, I guess in the dictionary you could say this is chapter 6. The F's. So a word that came a former part of this chapter would have been the word filet mignon. Number 3, first in order of two or more things cited or understood. I think this is the example that I was thinking of before. As in, of the two given, the former spelling is more common. We gave you two spellings, and the first one, the former one, is more common. The second one uses letters that don't even make sense. So the first one, the former one, is more common. Also, we have another example of the two spellings. The former is more common. You just rearrange the words to give me a second example? Of the two given, the former spelling is more common. Of the two spellings, the former is more common. I don't understand why they had to give me two examples. I mean, I guess it's showing you how you can use it in two slightly different ways, but it's the same way. All right, now we got number 4. Having been previously, the synonym is one time, which is one word as in the example, a former athlete. A one-time athlete. This person used to be an athlete, and then they just got a little too tired, or maybe they had an accident, or maybe they were like, I'm better at other things. They have been previously an athlete. I have not been a former athlete. I guess you could say that I am a former saxophone player, a saxophonist. Is that the right word? No. A saxophonist, saxophoner, saxophony. I am a former saxophonist. And that doesn't mean that I won't do it again, but my life has not really allowed for that. Plus, I don't have a saxophone. I never owned one. I was just watching the recent episode of it. Was it Jimmy Kimmel? I'm trying to remember which of the Jimmys, which of the middle-aged white male hosts it was. Anyway, Nick Offerman was on the show, and he was talking about how he played the saxophone in high school, and he played, I think, the baritone saxophone, which is the same one that I played, and I was like, oh my God, me and Nick were like the same person. Exactly the same. All right, so another synonym for the word former is preceding, because it happens before other things. And the etymology says this is from the Middle English form with an E, which means first. Also Old English forma. And there's more at the word foremost. All right, now we got to move on to... Oh, that one made a very weird sound. The second form of former is a noun from the 14th century. Number one that forms. So if you are, let's bring back the clay example. What are you making with clay? You're making a giraffe. I go to a lot of animal examples, animals and foods, and I think I come up with the same animals every time, often. Anyway, you are a former of clay, or you're a former because you are forming that clay. Number 2 is chiefly British, and it is a member of a school form. And this one is usually used in combination, as in sixth former. Now, I do vaguely remember something British being talked about with the word form, because that was a few episodes ago. Can I scan this quickly and find the word British in here? I don't think it would be the verb. I think it would be in the noun one, which is the very, very long section of definitions, and I'm looking for, is it like a class? Is it a group? Is it a something? Where is the British form? The British form, I can't find it. Oh well, but anyway, so the British, a member of a school form, is a former, which makes sense. Okay, great. That's it for that. Next is formerly. Adverb from 1534. Number 1, at an earlier time. The synonym is previously, like formerly on this episode of Yellow Jackets, or the artist formerly known as Quince. So number 2 for formerly is obsolete, and it means just before. Just before this happened, formerly in my life, I was sleeping. Next is form-fitting. Form-fitting, adjective from 1897. I don't love form-fitting clothes. I think my body is just like, no, I want to be out and loose and free. So what really is form-fitting? It's conforming to the outline of the body, also fitting snugly, as in a form-fitting sweater. There are certain times when I have to dress up and be a little bit fancy and formal that maybe I will wear some more form-fitting clothes. Maybe the pants are a little tighter. Maybe the shirt is a little tighter. But day in and day out, I just like these loose-ish t-shirts and stuff. When I was younger, I wore like extra large, big shirts that were very, very baggy. And then I was like, I don't need that necessarily. And now, I'm I've been working out. I'm trying to stay in shape, so maybe form fitting. Maybe it'll make me look a little bit nicer. But I still got that belly. That belly's never going away. I'm gonna keep that belly forever. That keg of a belly. All right, form fitting. When you wear something form fitting, you might have to go. Next, we have formful, adjective from 1753. This is exhibiting or notable for form. Exhibiting for form, notable for form, it's formful. This could probably be used in many different contexts because we've seen the word form be used lots of ways, so I'm not sure. All right, next is form genius. No, see, I did it again. It's not genius, it's genus. Genus. 2 words, noun from 1873. This is an artificial taxonomic category established for organisms of obscure true relationships. I don't even know what this means. And an example of one of these organisms would be an imperfect fungi. And I feel like I need to put a link in the show notes for form genus because it seems like a weird thing. Artificial taxonomic category, of course, we've got the genuses and the kingdoms and the families and all those. But it's artificial? Why is this artificial? Because it's made for organisms of obscure true relationships. I don't understand what that means. The relationships are true, but they're obscure? This is fascinating. Okay, form genus. Doesn't say why we're using the word form. I don't know. Next is Formica. This has a capital F. It's a trademark, and it is used for any of various laminated plastic products used especially for surface finish. I think there's a lot of tables are made with Formica. I don't know. I guess I kind of know what it is. I mean, it's this plastic, probably shiny top that maybe is used in a lot of diners. And this Formica word and Formica table was specifically used in a scene in one of David Lynch's movies. It was somewhere in Twin Peaks. Maybe it was Fire Walk with Me. And yeah, it looks like there's a lot of tables from the 50s and the 60s and stuff. Very retro thing to be a Formica, but it's not exclusively to those. I think it's there's more modern stuff that looks like it's made from Formica as well. It's plastic, so maybe it's easier to clean. You can make it look like wood. But back in the day, man, there's some fun Formica tables. A lot of them seem to have this sort of metal edge that goes around, and the corners are curved. But you could put patterns and things on them and stuff like that. Yeah, you think of an old school diner, that's going to probably be a Formica table. Formica. Now, they said it backwards in Twin Peaks, so I should say it backwards. Formica. Yamrof? Formica. Probably. Next is formic acid, 2 words. Noun from 1790. This is a colorless, pungent, fuming, vesicant liquid acid, CH2O2, found especially in ants and in many plants and used chiefly in dyeing and finishing textiles. So they take this formic acid from plants and maybe insects and use it to work with textiles and fabrics, color them, do something with them. And it's very smelly. That's what pungent means. But you can't see it, so it's color. No, you can see it, but it has no color. It's colorless. I guess it would be clear. It is a fuming vesicant liquid acid. Well, I don't fully... Fuming... What does fuming mean in this context? Is it slightly gaseous, but it's a liquid? So I don't know fuming here. And vesicant. I don't know. Maybe I looked up vesicant once before, but I don't remember. All right. So this is an irregular form of the Latin word formica, which means ant. But it's interesting that the trademark, the former word was formica, which is the same word as the Latin word formica. But formica didn't say anything about where the name came from. Did it come from ant? Formica is the Latin word for ant, and this stuff comes from ants, and so that's why it's called formic acid. There's more at the word... How do you pronounce this word? Pismire? Pismire? I gotta look this up. I gotta know how to say this word. It's Pismire, and I just am not. Oh, look, we're gonna have the word pizza-like. Oh no, that's another form of the word pizza. Okay, we're looking for this word here, pismire or pismire. Interesting. Okay. I guess you will just have to wait patiently for us to get to the peas. All right. Well, that was very interesting because I did not expect the word formic in formic acid to literally come from the word ant. Did you expect that? No, you did not. I don't think you did. All right, now we got to move on to the word formicary. Formicary. Noun from 1816. Oh, look at this. We're still in the ant section. It means an ant nest. A formicary is an ant nest. Whoa. Yeah. I mean, clearly we already know the etymology, so we don't need to dig into that any further. A formicary. That's where the ants live. I don't think I've ever heard of this word before. When you're walking down the street and you see all those ants at that crack in the sidewalk, you're like, you know what? I think there's a formicary underneath our feet. Let's just let them do their thing. Now we go to... This is a word that I've heard people say a couple of different ways, and they're both proper. They're both fine. So if anybody corrects you, unless you say it a completely different way, then you can say, no, I'm correct. It is the word formidable or formidable. You can emphasize either one of those syllables. And I sort of go back and forth. I think I typically say formidable. For some reason, that one just seems right to me. But I hear people say formidable. Okay. This is an adjective from the 15th century. Number 1, causing fear, dread, or apprehension, as in a formidable prospect. Ooh, that prospect, that seems scary. I don't think I want to do that thing. I have dread when I think of that formidable prospect. Now, do you use the different definition depending on do you use a different pronunciation depending on the definition? Formidable or formidable? I don't know. Number 2, having qualities that discourage approach or attack. You have formidable qualities, and so I think I am choosing not to attack you because the big knives that are coming out of your hands, that makes me want to just back away slowly and say, have a good day. Bye. You are formidable. Now, number 3, tending to inspire awe or wonder, as in, no, the synonym is impressive. Now, this is a little bit different than the other two definitions. The first two were very scary, basically, and but this one is like, whoa, wow, that's fascinating, that's amazing, that's impressive, it's formidable. Formidability or formidability, that is a noun. Formidableness or formidableness. It's a long word to say. It is a noun. Formidably or formidably is an adverb. And now let's look at the etymology because I'm very curious about this. It is from the Latin formidare, which means to fear, from formido, which means terror, or boogie, or maybe you'd pronounce it bogey, because that's how it's spelled. Akin to the Greek word mormo, which means bogey or boogie, like boogeyman. Probably not the boogie in your nose. Fear, terror, boogie. Blah. This is what the word formidable is coming from. It's impressive. Something impressive inspires awe or wonder. I think of less as fear or terror being connected to that, but I guess there's sort of a connection because I think this one just evolved from being. I guess what happened? You're afraid of something, and then that became you're impressed by something. I don't know. I don't think I'm formidable in any way. I'm definitely not scary. I don't think I cause fear or dread in people. I think it's the opposite. They're like, I'm not scared of you at all. You are the opposite of formidable. What's the opposite of that? Also not impressive. No. Next is formless. Adjective from 1591. Number 1, having no regular form or shape. I'm formless. I exist out of space and time. Number 2, lacking order or arrangement. I don't like it when things are formless. I don't like it when the organization is off. There's no order to things. I need things to be formed, like mitochondria. Number 3, having no physical existence. It's formless. Does dark matter? Is that formless? Does it exist? What are we going to find out science-wise in the next 50 years when I finally am almost done with this podcast? Formlessly is an adverb, and formlessness is a noun. Next is form letter, 2 words, noun from 1909. Number 1, a letter on a subject of frequent recurrence that can be sent to different people without essential change except in the address or the address, which would be literally the address that it's being sent to, but also who it's being addressed to. And, I think a lot of people get these form letters, especially when it's like a rejection. Sorry, we don't want you. ... Joe. We don't need you here. This is a form letter. We just changed the name and the address, and that's that. I have sent some emails that I guess would be form letters because the content is the same. But you got to change the name. Don't forget to change the name when you copy and paste. But also it's good to add a little something. If you're personally sending a form letter kind of thing, it's good to add a little personal touch to make them feel like it's less of a form letter, even though it very much is. Number 2, a letter for mass circulation that is printed in many copies and has a very general salutation. And an example of that general salutation would be, "Dear friend." Hello, friend. This is not personal at all. Hi. Okay. That's a form letter. Now we got to go to the prefix formo, and it just says to see the prefix form, which we did before. We saw that in 2 episodes ago. Form prefix means formic acid, which was in this episode, and that's the acid from maybe the ant butts. I'm in my form-fitting clothes, and let's read the very last one. The very last one in this episode is Formosan. Yes, Formosan termite. You can also say Formosan or Formosan with a Z sound. capital Formosan. Next word is termite. This is a noun from 1968. This is a large termite native to Taiwan and nearby areas, and introduced into Hawaii, California, and some southern U.S. states where it is a destructive pest of wooden structures. It is called also Formosan subterranean termite because maybe they live in places similar to a formicary, like an ant nest, but they make their own termite nest, and maybe that's called a something. The word Formosan, or Formosa, I can't really tell if it means Taiwan or if it's just from Taiwan, or is it their word for Taiwan, or is it their word for termite? I don't know. It's related to Taiwan in some way, and so it's the Taiwanese termite essentially, and it's in some of our southern and western states, and they eat wood. We already have termites. We don't need more termites. Come on. The species name is Coptotermes formosanus, and it is of the family Rhinotermitidae. Rhinotermitidae, which is all one word, and rhino makes me think of nose, so maybe they have big noses like Jimmy Durante. Ha 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 ha, cha 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 cha. What does he do? Jimmy Durante. He just does this. Okay. Well, that's it. Now we got to pick a word of the episode. Today we had foam or form, formed, forme, former, former, formerly, form-fitting, formful, form genus, formica, formic acid, formicary, formidable, formidable, formless, form letter, formo, and Formosan termite, right? Formosan termite. Well, as I itch my eyelid, I am going to think about which one that I want to pick, which will be, I don't know, let's pick Formica as the word of the episode. Give me a table, make it a Formica table. It's plastic, it's shiny, I'm eating a burger on it. Formica. Okay. I can tell you about another movie because we went and saw one last night. We went to see Sinners finally. It's a good one, and it is so impressive that Michael B. Jordan played two characters, and you just sort of think, like, wait, is he really one person, or is he actually two people? The characters are very similar. I wasn't really paying attention, but I'm sure they have slight differences in the way they talk or in their personality. I mean, they definitely do, but, you know, they have slightly different clothes, but when they're wearing similar clothes or they don't have their hat on, I'm like, which one is which? But usually they're in scenes with another person that you know that they're more associated with. But anyway, it's a really good movie. It's very well done. There's a lot of layers going on with this. And if you don't know, it takes place in 1932 in the American South. And so there's some racist stuff happening and more than just that. But yeah, there's a lot of good stuff in there. And there was something else I was going to say, which I can't remember. It's a good theater movie. I know it's probably out of the theater by the time you're listening to this, but if you can put it in a theater, go watch it in the theater. And is there anything else I wanted to say about it? I don't think so, and I can't think of it. Anyway, Sinners, it's good. Watch it. And that's it. Okay, this has been Spencer dispensing information, not in form-fitting clothes today, because his belly needs to be released into the wild. Goodbye.